If you're watching this, thank you for joining me. I am going to be repotting my Caledium Thai Beauty today, and for the longest time, I really could not believe that this was indeed a Thai beauty because it isn't really turning pink for me. But then I spoke to the seller and he told me to move it to natural light because I used to keep it under a grow light. So now we know it's a Caledium Thai Beauty. The soil on this one has not really been that great since the time I got this from the seller. So I've decided to repot it because it has pushed out these two new leaves. The older leaves have died out. So let's get into it. I have been noticing that this pot gets dried up very soon, and no matter how much water I put, it would just drain out completely from the sides inside the pot. So I've been wanting to repot this because I'm quite sure that it's not getting equally drenched on the inside. I'm just going to try to get the soil out. I did water it yesterday, so it is a bit wet right now, but I really don't want to wait a day more considering I have a really busy schedule at work. By the way, there's going to be some bonus content at the end of this video, so do watch it till the end. The leaves on this one have become really long, the stems, they've become really long. Also, I'm very interested to see the bulbs of the Caledium Thai Beauty. I read somewhere that they have bulbs inside, that's what they grow from. So I want to see how that looks. The roots look fine. There are fresh white roots. It wasn't root bound per se, but I think it would do better in indoor potting soil and not this type of a soil. This looks like the regular mud in which you would plant outside outdoor plants. So I'm just gonna try and break this up and see if we can get a cleaner picture of the roots and then replace the soil. I want to be very careful because I have never seen how the bulbs are for this plant. I've seen it for lilies and other plants, but not this one. So I just want to see what size are they, how the roots come out of it. So it's pretty interesting and new for me as well. As I am removing the soil, I am noticing something very icky, if I must say. I happen to see some earthworms in the soil, and I really freaked out for a moment because I don't prefer having soil which has earthworms in them. You can see one right here. It's quite big, and there was another one in the rest of the soil. So I'm just gonna go get rid of it gently and safely and come back. Okay, so now I have the cleaned up bulb. That's how it looks. It's not that big considering how long the stems have become, and the roots look healthy. I think it's a healthy plant. It just needs some indoor soil. I'm upsizing the pot into this existing one I have, and I'm putting this I kind of use the succulent cactus mix at the bottom, the bigger chunks you see. I have mixed them into an indoor soil. I like to do this so that the soil doesn't run out at the bottom when I water the plants. So I always put some chunky pieces at the bottom, and then I place the plant in the regular soil. This is how it looks now. It's all done. It's all ready to be watered and to be taken to its pot. The leaves look fine. I am seeing a drastic difference in the new leaf after placing it in regular sunlight. So I've mentioned this a couple of times, I think, before, that I do not get sunlight, but since the shift after the winters and into the spring have happened, there is a little moment for which I get sunlight in one of my windows. So I have permanently kept the plant there right now. So I'm going to be moving into the other part of the video. I'm putting a moss pole in my Philodendron Verrucosum. This is a juvenile plant, and I've been facing a really difficult time with the new leaves. All the new leaves are coming into each other. They are getting stuck in each other, and it's getting really difficult to allow them to unfurl or to help them come out of the petioles. I read it on my Discord that I should put a moss pole behind it so that it supports the plant and it will stop having these ingrown leaves. You can see one again here right now. All the 3 new leaves have been stuck leaves, and it's really taking all the energy of the plant and not really doing anything for me. So I'm going to put a small moss pole and see if that works. So I got this small moss pole from a nursery around my local address. I got 2 of these. One of them is for my variegated syngonium, but today I'm only doing it for the Philodendron Verrucosum. This is not really a sphagnum moss pole, but more of a coconut coir moss pole. But this was the only one available near my place, and I had to just get this because I couldn't let the plant be suffering anymore. I'm hoping it will equally work well, and we'll find out. We'll have to see this because this is what I get where I stay. I haven't really found good moss poles, sphagnum moss poles, to be honest. So there's a lot of leca mixed into some orchid bark kind of a soil mix. There is an issue with the root system here because they're all entangled with sphagnum moss in which the plant had come. Honestly, if you've seen my other video on this plant, when I got this plant, it had a really poor root system, and I was really afraid it's not going to do well. Somehow I've been getting new leaves, and I totally forgot about how weak the roots were. But right now I can again see that they are really stuck in sphagnum moss. I've tried a lot to separate the moss out of the roots, but it's really stuck onto it. So I'm just gonna unclump it because it was all clumped together into this little ball. So I've tried to fix that situation. I'm gonna put the moss pole now and just put the same soil mix back again, because honestly this is the best soil mix I have right now in any of the plants that I have. It is the one which it came from the cellar, so I'm just gonna stick to that. I don't want to give too much trauma to the plant. So to tie the plant onto the moss pole, I'm using these tie closers. That's not what I recommend or anyone recommends at all, but I really do not have anything else, and I can't wait to get something right now. So I'm just gonna take 2 tie closers, make a longer one, and tie it around the plant, around the very gentle stems I have right now. So I'm also very afraid that I may damage it, but I rather take the chance and help it become a more healthier, stronger plant. Yep, so there it is. I think it's a really sturdy pot right now. I think I've got a good combination of the size of the moss pole. It's barely a feet tall, 12 inches long, and the pot size is perfect. The tie closer has worked wonderfully. I think it's keeping the plant straight up onto it. That's how it's looking right now, and I think it's ready. Also, what I've noticed is that the soil was too wet, so I'm going to avoid watering it for a couple of days. So while I was getting the plant back, I did decide to put one more tie closer on the top so that the new part of the leaves right there can also get support and the ingrowth happening can eventually stop. So I've put 2 tie closers now, and this is how it's looking. I'm very afraid for this plant because the roots were so wet into that sphagnum moss that stuck onto it so badly that I'm gonna have to just let this plant dry up I'm only going to put some water from the spray onto the moss pole so that the plant can start developing aerial roots and start sticking onto it. So for the next couple of days, I'm only going to be spraying the moss pole, and I'm not really going to water the plant. I may consciously let it dry out for a bit. This is a very close plant to me because when I bought it and it was so expensive, I thought I'm getting a proper matured Verrucosum plant, but then I received a juvenile plant, and the seller has told me it's going to take at least 2 years for it to start showing me the kind of leaves that I was hoping to get it with. So now it's a project. It's a proper project for me, and I'm going to be really proud of it if I can get the matured leaves out of this plant. So I'm taking really special care of it. And here is the Caledium Thai Beauty. I was letting it sit here to drench out completely, like all the extra water has come out of it now. So I'm going to take it to its new spot, which I spoke about earlier. So this is my west facing window. It does not really get so much sunlight, but there will be a moment in the evening where for a couple of minutes it's going to receive the natural sunlight. That's my Philodendron Congo Rojo. I have kept it here as well because it's having a really tough time opening and unfurling that new leaf on it, which we've been seeing from a long time. And that's about it, guys. I'm going to see you all next time. Please give a thumbs up to this video if you watched it till here, or if you liked what I spoke about my plants, and if you want to see more content. And do subscribe, do share the link with others, and thank you so much for joining me. Bye.